Si hacemos un recorrido por la forma en la que Colombia ha sido representada por el cine extranjero, vamos a encontrar distintas etapas. La primera es la de los años 80, en la que Colombia era representada de una forma exótica y romantizada. Era también un territorio para que habitara en ella el buen salvaje, este indígena noble que estaba dispuesto a ayudar al extranjero a que encontrara esos tesoros perdidos. Esta Colombia romantizada pasa a ser una Colombia mucho más caótica y peligrosa en la década de los 90, en la que el cine extranjero representa al país ya con unas selvas no románticas llenas de ocasos, sino con unas montañas que esconden laboratorios de coca, y que el buen salvaje pasa a ser un mal salvaje que está dispuesto a arrancarle la cabeza al extranjero que viene a intentar implantar un orden. A partir del 2000, Colombia empieza a ser representada por el cine extranjero con muchos más inmigrantes ilegales. Sin embargo, la violencia dentro del país sigue recrudeciendo y vemos entonces muchas películas en las que los extranjeros son secuestrados en nuestro país, o los extranjeros son testigos y víctimas de la violencia que ocurre en nuestras calles. Memoria, la película del director tailandés Apichatpong Weerasethakul, producida por la colombiana Diana Bustamante, es una película que rompe con lo que veníamos viendo que el cine extranjero representaba a Colombia. Es una película que se acerca de una manera respetuosa a mostrar la cotidianidad de nuestro país y la memoria de la violencia que tenemos, pero sin detenerse en eso de manera morbosa. Los personajes de la película hablan español en señal de respeto hacia nosotros. La cámara no se detiene en lo exótico de una manera casi que pornográfica.
A rumble from the core of the earth. Bang! And then it shrinks.
My Colombian knowledge is about Colombia was maybe about drugs and about Amazon issue, but for me it actually I don't know how to make those films from the beginning. It's my past works are always about personal memories. Yeah. So this one from the beginning is going to be the same. Yeah. So my orientation towards the country was not the drugs, or was not how you say anything actually, because I want to approach it anew, according to my own issues at that time, my own struggle with my problems, and also questioning about the career path. Yeah, it's like each film for me is a souvenir for myself. What I want to remember. Yeah, and that's all I can say. Is how you say, because I'm always an outsider. I cannot represent Thailand even. I cannot represent Colombia. I just represent my impression of particular space in particular time. Yeah. That scene that you mentioned is actually happened in Bogota when I was here. Exactly that. But it was not on the same street. It was smaller one, and there's a bang, and then the guy, it's just like in the film, and he ran very fast, and it took me a few seconds to understand, and to make things together, and to feel like, oh, this is not normal. That is someone is almost like a PTSD, or is this thing that involve noise, and perception, and later when I was talking to many people, there's this relationship with noise also. Someone told me about being in a car, and suddenly there's a loud bang, and she doesn't know if it's an accident, or there's a bomb, or a gunshot, or what, or fireworks, But the thing is, she was frozen, and she was anticipating something, So this idea of anticipation is really interesting to me, because it coincides with my symptom at that time, with this loud noise in my head, so this anticipation of this sound or how it's gonna come out, somehow synchronized with the situation of the people here in the past. Wow, I don't think it's a critique. It's an observation, and like the character just walking, listening, looking. It's just that, But because it's my own issues, and also somehow that I focus and I feel synchronized with people with traumas here, and how the landscape play quite a role in people's life. I mean, with the landslide, with the earthquake, and all these things. I know that there will be, it can be viewed politically for sure, and it's unavoidable. From the person from Thailand, that we don't cherish memory. We're not here like this country yet, because we are dictated by the state, how to remember, what to remember. But here, I know there's a conflict going on of how to remember, but I was in this museum in Tatulia, that in Cali, showing this, I think it's touring exhibition of these photojournalists. It's black and white, a lot of memories about from his view about the violence that happened, the trauma, and in the last room there's a statistic of the numbers of death and by who and da. I was so impressed. I was so and shocked at the same time of the magnitude of violence here. Is but you have it in the museum, which is I believe it's a public institution, which in Thailand is impossible. So I was impressed, and I said, oh, this is another step. You remember this way. But and then knowing many artworks here is really political. To the point that my curator friend said it's getting really cliche, to make political art, which for me is unheard of, because I'm from the country that had really little political art until now. We start to have that. That happened to me. I was so moved, and I think everyone would be moved by what happened here. But at the same time, I feel like not only that, but also the nature, through time, and people through time also affect you at the moment. But scientifically is true as well. There's a research I read recently about the vibration that happen and embedded in objects. It's like, when I read it, it's like, wow, this is like Memoria idea. That you can extract events, through audio that happen there. So all these things are within the same, I would say, existence. Especially when you are in the same country, you are brothers, sisters, you are the same family. Maybe it's just my how you say, upbringing, and also idea about life, that everything is connected, and it's like in Uncle Bunmi movie, is we are in the process of always transforming, from this to it's always sharing and changing, and memory is just one of the transformation of one of the elements that's been passing through